What we do here is go back.
All right, there you go. Yo, what's up, everybody? So welcome. So today I have this RC body that I have to get done this morning. So we're gonna spend another hour or a couple hours or however long it takes to do this. After that, I have to get ready to pack up and go paint at an event tonight. But other than that, we will be doing this. And then what I'm thinking is maybe tonight while I'm at the event, I don't know if I'll be able to talk too much, but maybe we'll go live from the event while we're painting, and we'll be painting on hats and stuff. So yeah, anyway, today we have this RC body, and this RC body is for one of the local guys here. His name's Kyle Trout. He's been, I think he races for, oh man, I don't remember. He races for one of the he's like sponsored by one of the big names or something. But he's been bringing his bodies here forever, and he gets this particular style done here. He has like a layout that he always goes for, that he wants, that he likes, that he uses. And so we're going to be doing that today. So all I've done so far is just wash the body really good. So the inside, I washed it really good with soap, like twice, got it all rinsed off really good. And now we can get started. First, I'm going to start on the outside, and I'm going to just draw out, his layout has a Colorado flag on the sides, and then it has, it's split up by a pinstripe. And we're gonna do a hot green pinstripe, and then it usually lay some kind of graphics on the inside. So I'm just gonna try to lay something cool in there for him. We do have some stencils laid out here. We'll just see kind of how we're looking. So I'm trying to make a big C on the side here, and I'm gonna try to make it pretty big, and then we're gonna make the pinstripe come off of the C on both ends, and then we'll put it has a blue and white stripe on both sides that goes behind the C because it's the Colorado flag. So yeah, we'll try to get this all done. It sounds like a lot, but I've done this so many times that it should be. I say should be pretty easy. What's up, Thomas Thompson? What we do here is go back. Yes, sir. What's up, Stephen Ward? How's it going? Chris, how's it going, my man? I just picked up your shirts. We'll probably get those knocked out tomorrow. So, should be pretty good. I probably won't go live with them, but I'll probably post pictures. So always getting the circle traced out is one of the harder parts. You got to do it without your roll of tape here moving. And I always just use this as a guideline. Like, this is not the final circle, right? If I feel like maybe I could adjust it or make it look nicer, I do. But it's always nice to have some kind of a guide. So see, we have that big circle drawn on there. It actually looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to find a smaller circle here in a second, but we're going to do this big circle on both sides. So kind of around the same spots. It goes right along that edge right there. Perfect. Goes up about yay far. And we're going to lay it in. And the cabin for this RC body is canted off to this side, so on this side it's going to land, we're going right across the back of the cabin. Let's get this right there. Once we get this layout done, it'll be off to the races. So just go in here and just this little spot. And I just like using a fine tip Sharpie to do this. And then we're just going to use tape on the inside. What's up, Umberto? How's it going? Scullies. What's up to Scullies, he says. I like it. I like it. Okay, so maybe we use this one, just a paint bottle. And I brought out this, this is the Wicked Flare Green Blue. So I'm thinking we're going to do a fade right in that center graphic. We'll do like a white. I like doing a bright color up front and then kind of going to a darker color to the back. So we're probably going to do a white to a black because you usually do black. So it'll help him, you know, keep that visual eye, and then the green stripes helps him keep it straight. So we'll probably do some of that, but in the black area, maybe we'll lay some graphics in using a stencil or something, using this Wicked the Flare Blue Green. That way, when the sun hits it, you'll see the little graphics come out. Okay. Anyway. See, it's not perfect if you look at it like sideways, right? It's like, oh, what's going on there? But if you look at it straight on, it's like, oh, damn. Oh, damn. And this body has a lot of curves. Try to be extra good with the masking. So interesting story about this particular customer. So not only is he it's like a sponsored racer, right, and all that. He's really good. His dad's been getting his bodies done here for quite a while. Interesting thing though is that I have them. They're like grandfathered in on a price that I would never do today, but yeah. And so back in the early days, actually while this happened while we were building this brand new shop that we're in, right? While we were doing that, somebody came through. And we had all the equipment in the backyard, and obviously the garage being built. It took a lot longer than expected, and we didn't have anywhere to put a lot of the equipment, so we had it in the back. We had it like kind of shackled up and stuff. Well, somebody decided to come and help themselves to my big compressor that I had out there. Alan Trout, Kyle's dad, when you know, I was angry. I posted about it on Facebook and stuff, and Alan's dad said, you know, hey, yo, I have a compressor that you can have. It sucks that somebody did that, you know, but if you want to have this compressor. And sure enough, right, it was a 220 volt, like, it was an old school, like, Craftsman tank, but he had replaced, like, the motor on it and stuff, and it was like, you know, it had been places, but it was still a good running compressor. And so he asked me if I wanted it. I was like, yeah, of course, you know, I'll take it. We don't have anything right now. I don't have 220 power, but we could, of course, you know, the garage is still being built, so, you know, now I could have a 220 power put in. So he was like, cool. He came and dropped it off. And yeah, that compressor lasted for like 3 years, something like that. But anyway, I've been so grateful for it to this day that him and his son here, I have them grandfathered in to get in their RC bodies done at $25, son. $25, make you holla. Now you guys might be like, that's crazy talk. Alan's dad, I remember painting RC bodies for him since, like, I pretty much initially moved here. And then he's one of the people that when I moved here, he was like, hey, you were the guy up in Denver. It's like, yep, that was me. So even before then, even though I might not remember, even before then, he was getting stuff painted from me when I was out in Denver at the Mile High Market. So that's how far back he goes back. And I do know that when I first came here, that's what I was charging for the RC bodies, and I just never increased the price for him. I've just left it. He's a really good guy, and yeah. And his son kind of the same. Let me just turn this music down. I don't know what's going on with this Halloween music here. Says, oh no, that's F up. Yeah. So yeah, I know I've had some of their friends come, be like, hey, can you airbrush my body? Blah blah blah. You know, Kyle and Alan said you're pretty reasonable on your price. Yeah. It's really only for them because, you know, like I said, they did step up and help out. And that compressor, actually, we used it here on the channel for a really long time. I used it to paint a bunch of cars. It carried me through a lot of stuff, that damn compressor. So, and I have a lot of fun painting these bodies. So it's not like I'm losing out on anything. Still making money. This is $25. That's insane. Yeah. I want to do it a certain way, but it's like that's gonna suck. It's because this big crease right here. I gotta make sure I get the tape up in that crease right there. Once we have it taped up though, at least it goes quick. The taping is on these RC bodies, the prep is always 90% of the job. That's why I say I have them like grandfathered in. Yeah, I would not do this for $25 for anybody else. So Mike, is the truck going to get some art? Yeah. So at first I was thinking not to paint it. Right, I was thinking just keeping it the way it is. But yeah, I don't know. The more I drive it around and stuff, I'm just like, man, it would look badass with some skulls. Not gonna lie. Alright, so we got that edge. But yeah, the truck, other than me wanting to paint it, it does need a paint job. It has a bunch of paint chips and stuff. And yeah. I don't know how well it looks on me, being the painter guy, driving around in a truck that's all full of paint chips all over the place. Probably don't look too good. Be like, dang, that guy don't even paint his own stuff. Why doesn't he fix that? Looks ugly. So yeah, I gotta take care of that. Yep. Okay. So now that was just extra difficult just because that crease is there. See that? Getting that tape up in there. Up in there, that's the trouble. But now see, we got that all taped off. I'm just going to tape off the other side. That way when I come through with the blade, we can just cut it all at once. This other side shouldn't be as bad. Still pretty bad though. Yeah, mate, everything is better with skulls. Yeah, yeah. I concur. I also am a fan. So again, if you're tuning in at this part, if you skipped to this part, whatever it is, a lot of people always ask, why don't you sand the body? Why don't you sand the RC body? Shine it down. And it's like, look, ain't no need. The paint will stick if the surface is clean. So the very first thing I said when I started this, and the very first thing you should do when you're doing one of these, is clean the surface. Wash it. Like I said, I washed it twice with soap. I washed it off one time yesterday, let it dry really good overnight, then came back this morning. Before we got started, washed it again. I washed my hands before I came in here. And we probably can wipe it before we paint in areas. Always, the surface must be as clean as possible. I have seen these get completely destroyed. The Lexan itself completely destroyed. Paint still on there. Usually I don't encourage, if you're going to spend the time and the money to paint and do a really nice paint job, I don't endorse you going out and bashing it, you know, on purpose. But just on cars that I've done for customers and going out to the races and participating and stuff and seeing one RC body just land over another RC and that body just gets completely shredded, you know. Not like on purpose, just on accident. And yeah, I've seen the bodies get completely shredded and the paint still looks pretty good. My personal RC cars as well, I painted them with Createx. I have great results. Great results. And I used to have a lot of RCs, but now I just have one, my little Andromeda that sits over there. And RC bodies I have for that are also painted in Createx, and they still, that little thing is crazy. It has like a brushless system in it and everything, and it flies for being a little 1/18 scale. Like literally, it if you just fucking hammer it, I'm pretty sure it just lifts off the ground. And yeah. That thing, I've bashed it and bashed it and bashed it. This is the only RC car that I've literally like just, I've beat the crap out of it. Just, oh man, see how far the limits can go. And I just kept fixing it and fixing it and fixing it and upgrading it and doing shit. And yeah. Oh, why did I? Oh, I just. Oh no, wait. Yeah. That's not gonna be cut. Oh yeah, wait, I gotta go get my blade handle. I was like, where did I put it? It's inside. I gotta go get it. One sec. Okay. I forgot where I put it. It's like, what? It's not here? It usually is right here. Okay. The handle helps because I'm trying to apply pressure to cut here and try to be precise with my cut. And at the same time not apply so much pressure that I start leaving a bunch of scratches. And it's like tripled up right there. Get off of there. There you go. Alright, like I've said before, it's okay if you have to double cut because the whole objective is to be light with your cuts. You're not trying to push down too hard and get like I said, get a bunch of creases and scratches on your surface. So the lighter the cut. And you can see I usually got it pretty good. Anywhere where it's doubled up, that's usually where I got to go back and just recut that bottom piece of tape. Alright. And the handle just makes it so much easier. I was trying to cheat, but I couldn't find my handle, and then I just think, and I was like, oh yeah, I was using it to cut all the tape for the packaging, for all the giveaway stuff. Okay, so now I gotta just cut the centerpiece. Alright, so what is it? What's up, Yappy? What's up, Top Notch family? Would liquid mask work on that body? Yeah, you could use liquid mask as well. The problem with using liquid mask is that, from my experience, is it takes a lot more prep setup, and obviously the cost of the liquid mask. And I don't feel it's as easy to cut. You can't get as nice little sharp lines as you can by just using a blade. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. I don't know. And something about doing it with tape just feels old school. But yeah, I'm not a fan of using liquid mask. I've used it before, I've tried it, I've tried different brands of it. The orange liquid mask, clear liquid mask, different ones, and then they all kind of gave me the same result, and I was just not very satisfied. That's cut. Okay. Maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. I know a lot of people have great results with it. Just I'm just not that guy. There you go. We got the one side cut up, masked off. Sucks getting old. Yep. What were we talking about? I'm just an old man rambling on about them days when I used to do the things, and I was a singer, and and that brand and this brand, and then I did the thing that you remember, and then I was there, and that's what happened. Have you tried this process using FBS? That's a pretty general question. Yeah, I've used FBS tape to do this before. This one is not FBS. This is what the paint shop had at the time. They usually they're inconsistent because they usually have one or the other. They usually have FBS or this stuff, which is like Q1, and it's pretty close. It's I don't know. I can't really tell much of a difference between them, and they pretty much cost about the same from what I've seen. But I know that their fine line tapes and stuff that they always carry, they're always FBS tapes. And I am going to be using some in a minute to lay down the pinstripe that's going to go across here. But yeah, I always go into whenever I need masking tape, I hardly ever order it online or do anything like that. I usually just go into the paint store and then I'll buy a bunch. So like these here, right, since the last time I went, I have all these still left, and some of them have pretty good chunk left, and I'll just use them and use them and use them. And I always buy like 10 of those little ones, and then I'll buy like 3 of these, and this is the last one I have left of those. And then I'll just keep, using and using until I run out, and then I'll just go back, do my little, bi-monthly visit to the paint store. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, oh, what you working on, Mike? No, nothing really. And then yeah, go on about my day. Supermarket Steven, yep. Alright, so I'm just going to get a piece. See, this is like a 1/4 inch FBS tape right here. So I'm just going to take some of this. And again, we lay a green pinstripe going down both sides, which he has indicated to me that helps him keep the car straight. I'm pretty sure the perspective on the C kind of helps as well, because like I said, it only looks proper once you actually have the car sideways. So it helps give you a good direction of angle for your RC car when you're driving it, which is super important if you're trying to get the best times, if you're trying to be serious about your racing, which Kyle is. I mean, he don't even have to be pretty serious. He's pretty good. He's been doing it for a while. and I've seen the man drive pretty nicely. His dad's pretty good. His dad's alright too, but Kyle's pretty good. So. They're definitely both above any level that I'd ever be on. And yeah, I'm still sad that the RC place that was in town kind of closed down, because it was a lot of fun when it was here. Alright, so now we get in the green pinstripe. See, so that's almost the same color that it's going to be. See, and it's going to overlap over the C there. It's going to look pretty good. Do the same thing on the other side. Nice long piece, and we'll just start it on the same on the corner edge of the body. We're going to take it up about the same distance away from the other side here. Now it's hard to tell because the cabin, you see it sits closer to one side. You got kind of this big rectangle section, so we're just trying to match it on both sides. Kind of dips in there a little bit, hits on the C. Perfect, beautiful. Then we can bring this all the way down here. So yeah, after I finish this, we'll obviously set it aside. We'll let it dry overnight, and I'll come in the morning, lay some clear on it. But I got to get my other airbrushes ready, my t-shirt airbrush set up. Just got to go through and make sure all my paint bottles and everything are nice and clean. I have enough paint in all of them. I'll be painting at the Dive-In Bar on South Broadway in Denver. So I think I'll be painting hats. I don't know. It's kind of a last minute gig. They kind of called. They said their guy that they had lined up canceled on them. And they asked if I would go. They said they'd even pay a little extra. And I said, all right, cool. Sounds good to me. I'll be there. I like money. So yeah, after this, I got to just make sure my setup's nice and working and good. It should be. I mean, it's just sitting right there. All the bottles are capped and everything. I just have to double check, always double, triple check before we head out. And yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll have a camera set up just like I have this one, my phone, and we'll see how long my phone lasts out to do a live stream from there. And like I said, I don't know how much talking I'll be doing to the camera because I'll be somewhere painting actively. And yeah, but you guys will be able to see the whole process and see me paint all the hats and see how many hats we get done. It's a couple hours, and I don't know. She says something like 100 hats or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I miss racing. It was fun. It was. It was a lot of fun when it was in town. And yeah. But yeah, kind of when they left out of town, I ended up just getting rid of my stuff. I got into the crawlers for a little bit, and but it's just without having a community around, it kind of sucks. And I know there is like if I'd go all the way up to Springs or something like that, you know, I could participate a little bit more. But oh wait, almost forgot. You gotta lay down the stripe for this part here, and we'll just use 2 strips of this. So we're doing the Colorado flag. We'll overlap them a little bit right here, but the Colorado flag has that C and then has these blue and white stripes. Like I said, he's a local guy, and I know he goes all the way out to like New Mexico and Wyoming to race. So he likes to represent the Colorado. They called you because they want the best. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they called because of some reason. I believe the lady said she found me on Google. She said, I know it's kind of last minute, but we really need somebody, and the guy that we had in mind canceled on us. And I said, we charge $100 an hour. She said, I'll pay you an extra $100 if you come out for a couple hours. And I said, I'll be there, ma'am. I'll be there. You can count on me. Give me the address. She said she'd feed us and provide us drinks. So, I'm down. Now, usually when I do that, I do have a 3-hour minimum and stuff like that. But she sounded like she was like she needed somebody. Like the guy did legit cancel, and she's like, I need somebody. We had planned this, and yeah, now it's not gonna get done. And she was upset, and it was just like, yeah, we could get it done. We could get it done, son. But you guys just heard me say $100 an hour. That's also why I want to go live tonight to show you what $100 an hour looks like. Because I know a lot of people will hear $100 an hour. I could do that. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. I heard it before. We'll see. This is why when people ask me, how much should I charge? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know how fast you are, what you can do, what your time is like. Right? If you're fast, then yeah, you can make some money. By all means, charge that money, get that money. You're fast and you're good. If your ass gonna be sitting there painting on one fucking hat for 30 minutes, you're gonna have issues. Now, this being said, this is for a pre-paid event like this. Hourly rate, we have a cap on what kind of designs they could get. Obviously, we're not going to just be like, let's put a portrait on there or whatever, right? We do have like, okay, this is what we can do. This is what we can accomplish. Let's get that. So most of it is just names with a nice design. So a nice little script name, block name, whatever it is. We kind of customize their little thing real quick. And then, yeah, we move on about our day. And that's usually how that goes. Pretty quick, simple designs. Nothing too fancy. With that being said, since we are dumbing down designs, the reason we do that is so that we can pump up the volume. Pump up the volume, bass! 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 Pump up the volume, bass! Bass! Because, well, y'all gotta see. I can usually do at minimum like 20 hats an hour. So when you pay $100 an hour, you're saving yourself some money. Because if I was to do those one by one, you know, even if it was $10 a hat for a name, you know, in that hour, I could be making, if I do 20 hats, that's $200, you know, but if I do it at $100 an hour, it kind of guarantees me that I'm going to be busy for those 2 hours, or whatever it is, and I don't have to worry about sitting there, am I going to paint, am I going to make money or not, because sometimes it does suck going to an event, and you're just sitting there, and even though you're the fastest fuck boy, nobody wants anything done, because they just, you know, whatever it is, the demographic doesn't fit. And so they must have quit. they must have quit giving you business. And yeah, so but definitely in the right place, right time, you can make money. As long as you're good, you're fast. You ain't gonna sit there and cry about shit. Very first thing I know, working at an event like that, customer walks back up after you've done their thing. Hey man, can you do it? Yeah, can you add this and that? Right? I've worked with some artists where they're like, man, it looks really good, just leave it alone, blah, 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 blah. At that point, you're fucking wasting time. One thing I've learned is you take that hat, oh yeah man, no problem. Spray some little fucking shit on it, get it on the way. Oh, he's gonna be happy. Saves you the whole freaking time of argument, blah, 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 trying to convince this person. Just fucking grab it, spray it real quick. Here you go, man. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, that shit is done. And he's happy, you're happy. He feels like he got some extra, whatever it is. And you're paid anyway, so what does it matter? What does it matter? And it makes whoever the event coordinator or whatever it is, because that's usually what I work for, is there's some kind of coordinator in between, right? Like there's the venue, and then they have hired somebody to run the event for them, right? Because the owner's not going to do it, or the manager's too busy, managing the people, like the actual employees and stuff. You don't have time to freaking do that shit. So they hire an event coordinator. The event coordinator goes out, spends some time actually planning out what's going to happen. And in this case, that's what it seems like. That's why this lady was like, yeah, we really, really need somebody. Please, please, we'll pay extra. It's like, yeah, I'm down. You have to be good, fast, reliable. That's the last one. That's the last one. Okay. All that being said, we have our center section masked off. Good. So like I said, I want to lay some graphics in. Coming in, we're going to use this flare green blue, and we're just going to use a little stencil, and we actually might lay a couple things in here just to give us some flair. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a white front end going back to a black in the back. This is the same layout we've done for him multiple times. And the fade is going to be an abrupt fade. So the white will be right at the nose, and then it's going to be like a insta gray, like right here, and then the rest of it's going to kind of be black going back. The reason for that is, again, the nose is super important because he uses the brightness of the white to direct the RC car as he's driving. And I know I've heard a lot of people say that a lot, that their different RC bodies that they have and they get helps them drive better. And sometimes if the colors, like the stock RC cars usually come with like two colors, right? And it's white and blue, or white and red or whatever, but they're so zigzagged and they have a lot going on that when you're driving and say you have a little, or you whiptail around a corner and you're coming back around, sometimes your brain just gets mixed up. And you're just like, man, that it looks like it's running sideways or something. And I've seen people jerk, their remotes and stuff just because they think the RC car is facing the wrong direction or something. And so having a good, nice paint job helps a lot. I've seen a lot of RC cars have like a separate nose piece, and I've seen a lot of RCers or RC racers or guys in the hobby just take that front piece and paint it like a super fluorescent neon color so they can keep an eye on that nose on that front end. So yeah, I really want to paint today live. It's something I really don't do too much. Typically, I don't stream when I'm doing something like that because a lot of the events that I do are like bar mitzvahs or like family type of events, and it's not the proper place. This one is at a bar, so it's already a public place, and I'm going to try to face the camera just down at what we're painting. So even though you'll be able to hear all the people, hopefully nobody talks about nothing super important right next to the camera. Yeah, we're going to try to keep the screen facing down. Oh, you know what? The only thing I'm thinking about is the music, son. If they're playing music, it's going to suck. Alright, so now I have my handy dandy 7800 wipeout. Before I start spraying any paint, I'm just going to take some of this, just a little bit. I'm going to put some on this paper towel here. I'm just going to kind of soak it. We're going to just kind of have this sitting close by. Something I learned that this also works on these RC bodies. This 7800, the high tech, this stuff. This is supposedly the cheap brand, the high tech brand, right? But this right here, the 7800 Wipeout Surface Prep, is by far the best, just like general wipe that I have found to just wipe something off and use it. I've tried a lot of things. This stuff right here, just wipe it really good. Now I've obviously already pre-cleaned this before, so it should have even better results. And then all we're going to do is let it dry up. And then we're going to keep that little piece over here. And that'll just make sure that any little fingerprints I got on there will get wiped off. I need to go plug in my air supply real quick and we'll start spraying. So we've only been live for an hour. It only took an hour of prep, and it's probably going to take about 15-20 minutes of painting. So hope you guys like. Okay, so the Wicked Flare Blue Green, just gonna make sure I shake it up really good. So there you go, that's what it really takes to get one of these bodies up and going. And this body honestly is pretty simple. If you were gonna lay down like some more graphics and all kinds of stuff, you could spend hours, probably days, laying down some freaking stripes and stuff. Luckily, Alan and his son Kyle here are pretty reasonable on what they ask for. And like I said, I do have them both grandfathered in because of that whole story I said earlier. So yeah, they don't take advantage too much. Alrighty, let's get ready to spray some paint now. Oh my gosh, get off of there. Oh, there you go. Jeez. this. We don't need a whole lot, just take a little bit in there. And I'm just going to throw just a little tiny drop of reducer just to help it flow. Shake this up a little bit. Shakety. Randy Chavez, I watch your videos and start practicing on the trainers video 660 live. Right on. I'm glad you caught one live. Glad you liked the videos. Thank you for watching. Alright, so decisions to make. These are the stencils I'm kind of setting out for the event today, but I want to use one of these. Can I get it in there? Can I get this one? Oh man. That would look pretty sweet, not gonna lie. I was able to get that in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna start going in here. Now this Wicked Flare color is just a pearl, so we really won't see it shine up until we put the black behind it. And that's kind of what we want. Just gonna make sure this is dry before I put the stencil back in there. I don't want to ruin the nice little perfect squares. This bad boy back up here. Go. Kind of see it. I have to really bring the RC body. So you see those? You barely see it right now. And hopefully once we lay the black in there, you can barely see them then too. The whole idea is to make them barely visible. I'm just going to take one big strip of this right here. I just kind of crawled it along with my fingers. Got a pretty good print on there. So hard to guesstimate where the camera's at. There you go. That's all we want. And we always kind of randomize this design up for him. Thrown like skulls in here before. We've thrown fire in here before. I'm pretty sure most of this gets cut off anyway, but just to make sure. Throw some right up in there, and then throw some right underneath this window right here. There you go. Pretty much. Pretty good. I think we got it. And then maybe I'll just lay a light layer of this coming from the front. Going to the back. Just a nice little light coat. I'm just going to go back, make sure that's dry. I'm just going to do one slight recoat right along the edge of the front, just so that we get a nice pearly effect over the white. Now all this has a nice pearl going on it right there. That's pretty good. Make sure it dries up. So I'm just going to start by loading off the white. Just need a little bit. Got to make sure this pearl is nice and dry before we lay the white down. So make sure that you always blow it off really good. Those corners might take a little extra time to dry, so always just make sure that it is completely dry before you start laying in some white. Any over colors over any other color, just make sure it's nice and dry completely. So I could just, that corner still looks like wet to me, so I'm just trying to make sure that it is completely dry. Alright, I think we're good. We're just going to do white right on the nose here, right coming off the front. And I'm just making sure to blow lots of air on it as I'm going, so it just keeps it nice and dry. There you go, we got our little white right there. And I'm just going to do a quick little coat with gray. Just a quick follow up along that edge. Then we can lay in black. Yep, got everything out. There's orders printing, new orders, but otherwise, other than that, we got everything all shipped out already. Everybody's shipped out. So we just need a little bit of gray here. So I'm just gonna hit the edge of that white just to give it a nice transition into the black. And again, I'm just going to make sure to blow off the white really good. And I'm just going to overspray the white. Blow it off. can lay in some wicked black. Shake, son. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to start layering in the black. And I'm going to go pretty slow on this. I'm not going to try to slam in the black. I'm just going to do it a nice little light coat. Give that a second to dry. You can see it coming together on the other side. This really makes me want to get the blow dryer out and just blow dry it. Cheats. Sometimes. Nice and black now. Now we probably won't be able to see. I could see it a little bit. I don't know how well it shows up on camera. But when we're finished painting it, we'll unmask it. We'll take off the matte, the protective little wrap that it has, and then you'll get the gloss and you'll get the full shine of that flare, blue-green there. But there you go. We got the white front end. We got the black over across the top. And now we start in with the big, really meat and potatoes and the graphics here. So yeah, pretty simple. We'll let this dry for a second. There's a lot of drying in this. So I'm actually going to let that air dry for just a second before I start trying to hit it with any kind of anything. In the meantime, I got to go use the restroom real quick. So I'm going to go use the restroom, be right back. I'm going to get myself something to drink too. Oh man, that took longer than I thought. I got myself a glass of water, I put ice in it, I was all excited. I was trying to hurry back. On the way back, I dropped my freaking glass of water with all the ice, everything, glass shatters all over the ground. I'm all wet on my leg, and my belly and stuff. Ugh. Fun times! Fun times! What's up, Finks? How's it going? That is terrible. I didn't even get a drink of my ice cold water or anything. Ugh. I was just trying to hurry back. So just blowing air on this just to get it to dry. And we'll probably do one last little light coat just to make sure it's completely dark before we start moving on from here. Now at this point, I don't want to do the blow dryer or the heat gun or anything like that because it might make some cracks. Dry up the paint too fast, so it's all just about just moving air, letting it dry off. So just let it dry for a second. What I could do is heat up the body using the blow dryer from the back side. Talked about this before, where I could. Because the body's cold, right? You're spraying the paint and you're blowing air over the cold, the paint, which evaporating it makes it cold. Times just warming up the body on the backside helps a lot of that paint start drying up, and you can see it right away. It's like a lot of it, the wetness has gone away. But you don't want to get too crazy with it. Same kind of thing. You just want to kind of give it more time to dry. Wave it around a little bit. Wave it around. Squirt on his leg, blame the water. Oh yeah. Totally, that's what happened. Oh, you don't even know, man. I had a nice cup. I had put a whole tray of ice in it. And it was just like a little bit of water, and I was just like, ooh, this will melt as I'm drinking it. It's gonna be super cold. It was the only tray of ice in the fridge, and now I have to drink no ice. Just regular water. Yummy! Okay. So it's pretty much just up in the corners now. I'm just gonna take the airbrush, blow some air on it, and we'll do a last little light coat of black just to make sure we got it all sealed up. And just blowing that air over those last little spots is really letting it dry out. I'm just kind of going to go over it just really lightly. I'm not trying to wet the surface again. And this is kind of like as the final barrier to make sure we got it in a nice full black there. Yeah. There you go. It's completely black from what I could tell. I don't think we missed any spots. Has a nice little fade. White to the gray to the black. You can't really tell there's anything in there. But like I said, when we're done, we'll unmask that and I'll show you guys. But now we can move on. So let me rinse out this airbrush with this black real quick. Let that dry real. That dry. So all I'm going to do is take the paper off. We're going to leave the pinstripe behind. And that's going to expose our two blue stripes that we need to paint in. Now, we could just lay in blue. We've done that a few times before, and I think I do want this this time. I think I want to preemptively lay some metallics in there. I think I want to do some Hot Rod Sparkle. We have a highlight blue. So let me shake this up really good. And we're just going to do a really light coat with this, and then we'll lay down the phthalo blue. And this is just a nice pearly color. And at the same time, we're just giving this time to dry. We're not in a rush to do this, right? We're trying to get it done, but there's no reason to just go crazy spraying paint. You can still see it's a little bit wet in some spots, so just be careful not to touch it. Next item on the list of ordering stuff is the paint shaker. I definitely have to get some kind of my whole thing is I'm undecided whether to get a big one or a little one, but I think I need to get both because I need one that I can just have here on the table, just shake this up, and then I need one for big like spray cans for when I need to shake up like some actual automotive paint, like a big can of clear or something, or freaking primer really is more than likely, base coat, whatever. But yeah, I need something like that. So we're going to use a little bit of this just to give these blue areas a nice little hint of yummy yummy. Yummy yummy, son. Yummy yummy, son. Just make sure that there's no areas exposed, that your tape hasn't like moved or anything when you're painting these, because the tape always likes to just kind of unpeel itself sometimes. Sometimes, 60% of the time, sometimes it works every time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay. I'm gonna get this highlight blue. Pretty sure this is not even open yet. It's not. Alright. Well, again, all we need is just a light coat. A lightly coat of this. So all I'm doing is just putting a little bit. I'm not even going to reduce it or anything. I'm just going to go in here. You have to be careful when using pearls like this, because a little bit will go a long way. And even though it doesn't look like much, this is enough to make your dark color into something really light, to something you might not like. And in this case, all we want to do is give the blue a little bit of a shine, a little bit of a shimmer, just so it looks cool. Like I said, we always kind of vary. We always do the same layout, and then we vary up the effects that we're doing on his bodies. And this sparkle's a little bit thicker. There you go. Go. Give that one quick second to dry. We'll do a second little coat on this other side. And that's it. That's all we need for that little pearl. Trying to vary it up, different little pearls, different effects, different colors, so that when you take it out in the sun, it's gonna be like blam, son, blam. Okay, so then we can take our phthalo blue, which we need to refill this thing. You mean a vortex, right? Yeah, yeah. Like I think I've seen the vortex. Get the rechargeable one. The rechargeable one. I would probably just use it right here. Probably would never ever move. Now you guys get shakers in your paint bottles. We don't in Australia. Little, oh yeah, the little marbles. You don't get marbles down there? reducer in there. Good enough. Then we can shake this guy. Ball bearings work pretty good. Ball bearings, marbles work good. BBs work pretty good if you get like a large caliber BB. I mean, anything that's a little small, little round thing. The one thing I do know is that you don't want to put two of them in one bottle. I've seen people that try to, oh yeah, no, you know, you get better results when you put two of them, two marbles or two BBs. So the reason you don't do that usually is because these things will hit each other and then you'll get fragments of whatever that is. So like if it's a marble, you'll get fragments of glass and stuff. It'll break and then you have a bad day. Some with the metal. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, maybe it's not a very large piece, but anybody who knows airbrushing knows that even just a little tiny piece of something in your airbrush could cause a really bad day. And I don't know if you've ever gotten a metal shaving in your airbrush, but it's not a very good time to figure out what the hell's going on. Why is your airbrush was working just great 5 minutes ago, and now you can't get it to spray? You take it apart 2 or 3 times, you don't know where the hell this metal shaving is at. So yeah, pick your poison. Careful. That's all I could say. Alright, so I'm just going to lay in some blue here. You see it already starting to look nice and blue. The pearl will show up a lot better once we actually, peel it off. When I finish a Createx color, I save the marble and reuse it in another color I may make. Yep, that is also a way to do it. That is pretty smart, actually. I usually don't even do that. But I mean, you could get just so you guys know, you can get a pack of marbles at the dollar store, pretty cheap. So you get them at the dollar store, pretty cheap. I've never noticed before now. All of my Createx paints have no balls, huh? I wonder if that's an Australia thing. Maybe it's a choking hazard or something. I don't know. Give that a second to dry. And then we'll do the final coat. Probably use the blow dryer again to just heat up the body. Second. With the price of gas, I'm not driving for marbles. Oh my gosh. I mean, you live in New York. Everything should be close by, right? Isn't that how New York works? I don't know. I've never been in New York, but I mean, it's a big city. Usually cities have everything you need close by. You ain't gotta go too far. Alrighty. Do one last little coat on this. Blue. We use rocks here in Mississippi. Yes, sir. Get my cap on there before I decide to spill paint everywhere. No, the fastest is the one. What? What did I miss? What did I miss? Alright, put all that in there. Looks pretty good. Looking pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good in the neighborhood. Yes, sir, Bob. Yes, we are. Gotta get that nice blue color in there. Don't forget, we laid a pearl down first. So when we unmask the other side, that pearl is really going to shine through. And look really good. Really good. Can you kind of see it now? Not really, no. But that's where we're at. Look at it. We're doing it one little piece at a time, son. One little piece at a time. But I think we're good on the blue now. We can rinse this out. A little bit that was left. We never needed race numbers. The cars get fitted with a transponder. Yeah. Yeah, that's usually how it works. Some guys like putting numbers on their stuff. A lot of guys don't, because yeah, usually use the transponder, which keeps track of your time and what place you are in and all that good jazz. A lot of tracks will have like one transponder thing, so it tells you lap by lap, you know, who's ahead, one like as they go. Some tracks, like some of the fancier ones, will have different like locations, so like different sections of the track, so you could tell section by section, like who's leading by how much time and all that good jazz. So yeah. Okay, so gonna let that dry for a second. Just gonna heat up the body real quick again. What's up, Carlitos? Okay, so I think it's pretty dry. I think we got it pretty good. Alright, so now we got that area exposed, and this is just a white stripe. Now again, we could just make it white, but I feel like we should do something cool. So we've already done this highlight blue on the blue area. We've already done the wicked flare green blue on these checkered spots here that you can't really see right now. So let's go over here. And we have Hot Rod Sparkle White. Look at that, son. Look at that. Jessie going to come rushing in because you took her hair dryer. No, that's actually the airbrush hair dryer. I've had that thing for like over 10 years maybe now. It hasn't died. It's like a cheap Conair one from like Walmart. And it's been living. It's been going. Alright, so I'm just gotta shake it up, shake it up. I'm telling you, I need one of those paint shakers. This is the next thing on the list for sure. There you go. There it goes. You could hear the marble. Came loose. Ow! Ooh, ooh, boy! Ouch! Oh, I just hit the metal mount on this thing so hard. Ooh, boy. Ouch. Wow, fuck. That hurts. Come on. Break it loose. I believe. There you go. There you go, governor. There you go, governor. That's looking mighty good. Alright, it's shaking up. Yeah. Sometimes good old muscle power is all you need, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I really need to get this done. We're almost wrapped up. Whew. Okay. Looks pretty good. More importantly, my arm is freaking tired. And this is Hot Rod Sparkle White, which we are going to back with white. With the good old white. And then, yeah, then we can move on to the other colors. I think this is going to be the last of the pearl colors I'm going to lay in. I don't think we need that many pearl colors, but having some is good. Shake it up. What do you use for clear coat? So, like specifically on these bodies, I like to use the 40-50. Works really good, or the 40-30. I have good results. In the past, I've had also great results just laying like Rust-Oleum clear, like the spray can clear. Once everything's nice and dry, I've had great results doing that. This is that Hot Rod Sparkle White. Oh yeah, you can see it sparkly there. How can you see that on camera? Oh, there you go, look, you can see it. But yeah, but like I said, I'll let this dry probably like overnight, and then I'd come tomorrow and do like good 3 coats of 40-50 or something like that, and then let that dry out before I give it back to the person. Once that stuff is dry, it's dry. You know what? This Hot Rod Sparkle White, I just opened it. I tried it for the first time, and I believe I'm going to be using this a lot of stuff. It's like a really nice, fine, glittery sparkle. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that nice. I like that. I wasn't expecting it to be such a... It's like a range of sparkles, like fine sparkles and like a little bit bigger ones. So it gives it a nice, like, nice fucking... a nice sparkle. It gives it a really nice look. I already know when I peel this off, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that looks good. What's up, Gomez? Tie the bottle to the jigsaw. Look at what? Is this the one that's not open yet? This is the one that's not open yet. Oh, it's right here. So we're just giving that a second to dry, right, while I'm doing this. Always try to give it time to dry for a little bit. Dry, dry, dry is a key word. Just always dry. Do not spill is also a key word. Do not spill. Good thing we have lots of rags around here. Okay. Reducer in there. Make sure it's closed up. And then we shake. Got it, son. Started the truck. Got your Bluetooth paired to your truck. It just takes over. Alright. So now there's just one little tiny piece here. Looks like the tape might have come off right there. Okay. Just triple check. Always. Okay, good. Now we can come in with some white. What reduction are you using typically? So this is typically around 10%, 10 to 15% paint reduction with these opaques. It's all going to really depend on what you're trying to achieve. Should have used like the pache to spray those metallics. Or the Revolution or something. Now those are, I can feel them still coming out. Can you activate the subtitles in Spanish? I have no control over the subtitles. You have to control that on your little browser at the bottom. Alrighty. So we got the white all up in there now. Looks pretty good. Alright. Hang on. So next on the layer list is actually these pinstripes. So we could go ahead and peel these off real quick. Hopefully not peel off everything at the same time. There you go. So now we have our pinstripe peeled off. Simple beans. Push them back down. Tiny piece. Okay, pretty good. This is still drying, so I'm just going to hit it real quick. Right on, Predator. I hope they help. Does a father and son always get the same design on their RC car? So, like I said, Kyle, the guy for this body, he usually has this design that he gets over a wide range of different bodies and different car styles. The dad, he has been, he switches it up every now and then. So, yeah, they kind of have their own little style. But Kyle likes to pretty much, this is his design that he's pretty much known for. He decorates it using all his stickers and stuff. And yeah, he pretty much this is the one. This is the one. Okay, so let me just lay some green in. Load up some limelight green. We just need a little bit, so. It says reverse everything and I still cannot get the results I want. Yeah, it's a combination of some reverse and some not. Usually, like it helps if you have some type of experience doing like graphics, because you kind of have an understanding of what's going on. And definitely your first few ones you're gonna make some mistakes, so you do have to do some stuff kind of inverted or backwards to what you would normally do. What's up, martial artistry? How's it going? We got our green pinstripe coming in strong. Let that dry for a second. Okay. Going for the kill on the second coat. We need a little bit more paint. Okay, good. Rinse this airbrush out. Then we could do the red. And then the final color will be the yellow. We could unpeel it. And see what it looks like before I throw the clear on it. Okay. Let's dry this up real quick. Alrighty. So now we can pull off the red sections of the C. Go. I got the C all peeled off. Same thing on the other side. Go. The other C completely peeled off. I always like checking the back too to make sure I completely peeled it off. There's been times where I just missed a little teeniest little piece of tape, and then I end up noticing it later on, and yeah. Alright, so now we need some red. Now for the C, I'm not going to use any pearls or metallics. Neither did I use any for the stripe or for the inside of here, right? We only used a little bit here, but then this is black, this is matte. So the shimmer will only come through on certain things and at certain angles. And I could already tell that the white sparkle, oh, I love that. I love it. It looks really good. You got something in your eye. Oh, dang. That's not good. So I gave that one good heavy coat. We're going to let that dry for a sec. We'll give it another little coat. Then we can do the yellow. And we can unpeel. What the hell is that, son? Somebody is actually going to make me reach up here. There you go. Jesus Christ. I've never seen spam like that before. That's crazy, snap. What? I've seen the Russian spammers, the Chinese spammers, and now we have the adult site spammers. All right. Seen it all now. Pretty soon my channel's gonna start getting those Telegram comments. You're a winner. I've seen it on all the other channels already. They hit Scott last night on his feet. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I missed Scott's feed last night. I know I caught Steve's earlier in the day, and then I did see Scott was going to go live, but we ended up going fishing, and yeah, I wasn't able to catch his feed, but I know his feeds are really good, so make sure you go and you do watch Scott McKay's channel, Down and Dirty Tricks, and also Steve Leahy's channel. They both have real good channels, so lots of information. Go. And you can tell right away that big contrast of that red. That looks really good. And I need to bring up my thing again so I can see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. There you go. The big contrast of that red on that green, that white, that blue. Now right now you can kind of see the shimmer a little bit, but once we peel it off, it's really going to come through. So last but not least, now we could do the yellow. At least it was just one bot. Fuck. There's been times when the Chinese bots, it was like one whole stream where it was just one after another, after another, after another. It was just like, what the hell's going on? Alright, so now let's get some of this Hansa yellow, which is kind of my favorite yellow now. I use this yellow for everything. I'm not sure why it's called Hansa yellow, but I know this is my favorite yellow. It's bold, it's bright, looks really good. Put it on there already, it's like, oh yeah, that's the one. That's what you need. Make sure to shake it up really good. Let's get this airbrush. Let's rinse it out. Spray bottle fell. Okay. Maybe they want to be a Mike's Brush sponsor. That's funny. I mean, you never know. Send me an email. Let's talk money. Not really. No, don't. That would be the most awkward sponsor ever. I'm just sick of the spam extended car warranty calls I get. Yeah, for real. Word from the car vehicle service department. What? The Huda Wada? It sounds good. It almost sounds official. Yellow up in there. Home of custom stencils and rubber toys. Hansa yellow, yeah, this is wicked opaque Hansa yellow. Is this for the same guy you do the RC bodies for? So I do RC bodies for a lot of people. This is for the, like I've gone through this story already. This is for Kyle, and yeah, he's one of the local guys. He's like sponsored by. I forget what team he races for, and he's like sponsored by some companies and stuff. He's a really good racer. And yeah. Okay, so let's get that. Now usually when you get done in the back of RC body, right, it looks like this. Right, and then if you're using like opaques, you're probably okay. It's not gonna, like, the light's not gonna shine through. I've seen some paints, especially the RC specific type paints, where if you don't lay a backer, you're gonna really have a hard time with light just shining through. In my particular case, I just like the back to look really clean, so I always lay a black or a white at the back. And in this case, I'll probably just lay some white in, just so it gives the color some nice bright backing. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get some opaque white. We're gonna lay it in nice and thick, and we'll be good to go. So this is just the backing color. This is just so it stops any light from shining through. Now we are using wicked opaques, so there's really not light shining through it. If I hold it up to the light, like maybe, but usually when it's on the car body this way, like there's really no light shining through. You're not gonna get that. But just to be 100%, we're gonna lay a backing of white. And you can use like white sealer, you can use black sealer, you can use any color sealer. Because I do plan to lay clear later, I'm just going to use wicked opaque white, and hopefully lay it thick enough that we don't have any issues. I mean, already we don't have no issues, but just to be 100% sure, and we're going to lay this in pretty thick. So now the inside's nice and white, looks nice and clean. Right? You don't see all the different colors. We got this side. Alright, so now before I go unpeeling the windows and stuff, I'm gonna let this inside dry for like a few hours. So I'm just gonna leave this like that. I'm not gonna unpeel the windows and stuff. What I am gonna do just to show you guys is I'm gonna unpeel the outside cover. Just to show you guys what we end up looking like when it's all said and done. Okay. So once it's all said and done, let me get these other cameras out of the way. I could actually just do this. Blammo. Get rid of that. There you go. And there you go. Now, if I get up, trying to get that. There you go. You can see the metallic there on that blue and that sparkle on that white. Now in here it's not so quite obvious because we're not outside, but usually when you're out on the track and they have all them lights, this stuff's gonna really start shimmering. And then if we go here on the back, like if I play with the lights a little bit, obviously because here we have the soft lights and all that stuff, you can see the nice little square trim there. There you go. And so all that prep and all that work and all that spraying, and this is where we ended up. Nice bright bold Colorado C, nice flag design, and obviously he'll go cut out, so this only goes up to like about there, right? So it gets cut out, then this gets cut out like right along this edge right here, and we're going up like this, so you only get this little piece up in the front. So all this right here, that's not part of the body. It gets cut like this, right? So that's all you'll see. Pretty good. So yeah, this is the design we usually do for Kyle. He's gotten so many of these done. So yeah, it's really bright. You can see those. If I get a flashlight out, look, there you go. Especially that blue, look. But look, you see how it goes onto the red, and the red is not doing that? So when it's out in the sun, this stuff's going to be really either bright or dark. You see how it goes bright or it goes dark, depending on where the sun's hitting it. And then that red, that's going to be your clear indicator as you're driving as to your tail end. Then you got this white little piece here and the stripe to help you orientate your car so you know which way you're going. So yep. What's up, bro? How's it going? Why is the back end not coated? You mean this right here? This gets cut off, so that the back end actually only goes up to here. So those stripes are like at the end right there, and then it comes down, and then it gets cut like this. So all that gets cut off. All this gets cut off. So the line goes like this. So all that gets trimmed off, and all you see is this. I know they make it so difficult. Now a lot of customers bring me their bodies pre-trimmed too, so before I even paint, it's already cut. It's supposed to make it easier for when you're putting your car together, you know, because sometimes again, cutting it, especially like these inside cuts, I'm not sure how Kyle does it, but I know he gets these cuts nice and clean even after it's painted. But usually most customers pre-cut their bodies before they bring it in. There you can see those. There you go. Just got to get it way up on there. The camera doesn't do the best job of picking it up, I'll tell you what. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm going to go grab a quick lunch, and then I have to clean up my airbrush setup and make sure everything's working good. Load it up and head out to the job tonight. So, yeah. Thank you guys again all for watching. Hopefully this video helps some of you RC guys out, or if you're looking to paint your RC or anything like that. Hopefully this answers some of your questions. Again, this is not the most detailed out design, and obviously if you take out even more time doing a more sick layout, you get up with a more sick paint job, but it's also going to lead to more time peeling and doing all that jazz. Sometimes just having a nice clear thing with a nice bold statement on the side is all you need. And then, like I said, here he adds his stickers, his sponsors, and all that stuff, so he still decorates it more. So hope you guys liked that video. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys next time. Later, everybody.
What we do here is go back.